So I'm at that point now where I am ready to put the brakes back together. So I thought while I'm here, I'll show you just a little quick way to service your brakes if you ever have to take them to pieces. This is obviously your caliper carrier where your pads sit, and as you can see it's pretty darn disgusting. Now you can clean the tits off this. I mean, this is the other one I've just cleaned a minute ago. You get it nice and shiny in there, but I mean you can clean all this metal up. I was going to, but I thought, you know what, I am not that fussed about these being mint, because I'm not building a show car. I just need it to be able to drive and do what I need it to do. So you'll probably find that yours will be in a similar condition to this, and this application can be done to any car that's got pretty much disc brakes. First thing you want to do, you want to clean these sliders here. Now you can take them out and clean them, but you don't have to, and you don't need anything special. Just a wire brush will do. Just stand it up and a quick blow. You can see, look, the difference already. Nice and shiny. You want to be able to get into those bottom grooves as well, because that's the bit that the pad locates into. There you go. Versus what it started with. There you go, nice and clean. You've got your pads. Now obviously my car hadn't been moved or driven in 8 years, so that's the build up. Now you can obviously again take this off, give this a clean. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. You're just removing the build up of bubbly paint and rust. Again, if this was a show car, you could paint that back to being black again. Just want to get the crap off the edges as well. Yep. And then the face of the pad, all you actually need is a piece of metal. I'm using 120 grit. You can use a harsher grit than that, 80, 40, something like that. I don't need anything like that, it's not that bad. And you literally want to remove that surface build up. You can see the difference. That's what you're going for, that over that. So that used quite a fine grip. If you're using a more harsher one, it'll be a lot faster. But yeah, not bad that. I'm going to do that with all your pads, remembering which ones go where. And again, just want to clean the inside and outside of these. It's pretty easy to determine which ones these ones were. This was the one on the piston side, and these are the ones on the front facing sides. Once all your pads and calipers are ready to go, just want to give your sliders a good clean. Remove all this old grease off. Nice and clean. So once your pads and your calipers and your sliders and your bolts are in a condition that you are happy with, whether you've completely refurbed them and painted them or just gave them a quick new lease of life like I have, you can now move over to the car. So here we are over at the vehicle. I got my disc on, and you can see I've got two nuts on opposite that holds the disc completely flush with the hub, so you're not going to have any problems when it comes to putting them back together. So now you've just got to get the caliper for this side, slot it on, get your bolts in here, a little bit of thread lock on each bolt, torque them to the right settings, and then we'll be on to the next part. So there we go, look. Caliper on, bolted down. So the next thing you've got to fit in is obviously your pads. Now I like to lube the pads up and not the carriers, because if you lube the carriers up when you slide the pads in, it'll push all of the grease or whatever you're going to use onto the surface of the disc. Now you can use some copper grease, or I'm going to use this Mintex lube because apparently it's just better. The simple fact that it's got no metal bits in it like the copper grease does, so it's better for your ABS system. I haven't got ABS, but this can withhold a bit more heat as well. It's just supposedly better all around, so we'll give it a try. And I like to put a smear a bit on the end of the pads. Just squeeze a little bit out, a little bit on the end of your finger, and literally put it on the edges, move it all the way around, do all of them, and then slide them in. So I'll go ahead and do that, and then we'll show you the next bit. So there you go, pads are in. You just got to fit these fiddly clips in these bottom and top holes. Trust me when I say the fiddly, so I'm not going to film me trying to fit them, I'll be here for days. But yeah, so once you've got those in, you can literally put the caliper on, and then lube up your sliders, slide them in. Again, a little bit of thread lock on the threads, and torque them up to the settings. and then we'll show you the overall result. So yeah, when you've got your slides in, look, and you can expose the thread, this is the perfect time to drop your bit of thread lock on, look. And then literally you just got to torque those up and it is job done. Make sure you don't twist your hose like I seem to have done, so I've got to take that off now, spin it round, make sure that's perfect. And there we go, one completed. Disc and pads put back together, and it turns out that it's not kinked, it just looks it. See what it's like on the normal lock. Normal lock, it just flows nice. So yeah, we're getting there, people. Soon be on the ground. Couple more jobs to do. Soon be on the ground. Thanks again everyone for watching. This has been Retro Cars Reborn. I've been Lee, and this has been the Mazda MX5. And yeah, if you just wanted to know how to take your brakes to pieces, then you just got to watch one of my other videos on how to take your brakes to bits, and that'll basically clear it all up. Again, I'm going to leave some links, some pictures at the end of how all the brakes go together with all the torque settings, and then I shall see you in the next video. Cheers.